Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, 𝗖𝗓𝗧𝗪. Today we'll be going through what I take to the range, what is in my range bag. Alright, so let's get started. Here we have the ammo bag. So depending on what firearm I'm shooting, I will typically bring one of these reusable bags, which holds about 400 rounds of ammo. Very spacious, very convenient, and it does come with Velcro labels, which allow you to kind of take off different ones here. You can write what caliber it is. So maybe I'm taking the rifle, chambered in .556 NATO, might have that one. But typically it is a pistol. Of course, it just depends on what we are working on for that day. Of course, you have your eyes and ears. So I do have some typical eyewear. These are safety glasses. And then, of course, we have our Walker's Ear Pro. And these are the electronic versions. So they do require you to have reusable batteries. And so that portion is right here. So you will flip this up and you will put in your reusable batteries. This right here allows you to kind of turn it on and off. And then here you also have adjustability depending on how loose or tight you want it to fit. Speaking of the reusable headphones, of course we have to have some batteries. So always, these take AAA, so always keep a pair of spare AAA batteries just in case they might be running low. Of course, we have our clip here. So depending on if I am outside of the range, just for a quick minute, if I want to take off my eyes and ears, this is a nice clip to have, clips to the belt. You put your headphones here and then your eye protection here. It just makes it a lot more convenient so you're not holding it in your hand in case you might need your hands accessible for carrying things. We also have some pins and markers. So if I'm running drills on the targets, I might want to put 3 center mass. And so when I shoot there, maybe for a certain amount of time, I'll bring it in and then I'll mark with either a pin or a marker where those 3 shots were. And then I'll put it back out and then I'll shoot it again and kind of redo it. Just way I know which ones I did the first, second round, so I don't get mixed up and I know which ones I just shot off. So that's what these are for. Then, depending on what drills we are running that day, we do have our shot timer. So this allows me to kind of time myself in terms of getting off a certain amount of shots with a certain amount of time frame, or just to practice drawing, or even maybe start from a low ready position to kind of run a certain amount of drills, then a certain time frame to hopefully get better and continue doing it quicker and quicker as I can. Now here, because sometimes loading mags can be a bit hard, I do have a 𝗖𝗎𝗡𝗘𝗥𝗦 speed loader. This makes it very convenient to load the mags quick and easy because sometimes they are a bit rough depending on how new they are. And then, just some mags typically are kind of tight just to put the bullets in as we go. So one thing I also love to carry around is just a roll of bleed targets. So as you can see, usually they are red and black, but as you shoot them, they will fade. So if you scratch off a little bit, you'll see the yellow. This allows you to know where you shot on that target, and it allows to help with when I'm practicing grouping in certain areas. This is a great thing to have. Going through, I always like to keep some gun oil with me just for lubrication in case me or others might need it as we go through the range. This is also good to have with you to keep your firearm lubricated as well. Of course, when we go to the range, you never know, you might need to call for assistance. So I always like to keep my firearm emergency hotline number with me. Of course, I do have it saved on my phone, but I do like to keep this just in case as a backup as well. And of course we have the firearm. So typically I like to always keep my EDC with me. So my everyday carry is the 𝗖𝗎𝗧 P365 XL Rose Edition. So this is my concealed carry, and this is what I like to keep with me at all times. So every time I go to the range, I always like to fire off a couple shots just to, you know, keep it going, keep the momentum going. And I'll do a review on this as well. I love this firearm. It is micro compact. And to mitigate the recoil, they do have some slide cuts and comps in that barrel as well. I have it suited with a 𝗖𝗓𝗧 optic here, and then an optic guard to kind of protect it from any outside debris. But I love this firearm, and I'll throw a review on the channel later if you guys want to see that as well. So I always like to carry this with me, just to, you know, keep practicing as I go, as it is my EDC. But besides this firearm, of course, depending on which ones I'm working on or what day it is, which ones I want to practice, I will throw that in there as well. Here we have my range bag that, of course, all of this stuff goes into. So this front pocket is where I keep like my pins, my clips, spare batteries, as well as that emergency hotline number. Then I also have the mag holders here. So these hold a good amount of mags. I want to say it holds about 6 mags in here in these elastic bands. And then there is a pocket here for any other things you want to add. Favorite color is pink, of course, so it's the pink bag. A couple patches I've acquired along the way. And of course, gun rights are for women as well. Inside, just a large open space. And then on the back side, you have 2 pockets that you can kind of put on this side and this side. And then also, if I take a third pistol, I'll put it in the middle. This is where you would essentially put the firearms. And of course, depending on what you're taking, you can also, if you have separate firearm bags, you can also put them in the open compartment here as well. But this is what I take to the range. Of course, this is more so pistol geared, but I would be more than happy to do one for ARs. I do have an AR bag and an AR-15 that I do take to the range every now and then. So that setup might be a little different than the pistol one. So yeah, put in the comments below. If that is something that you're interested in seeing, let me know. If there are some things that you might suggest I add to my range bag, let me know. Tell me what you think about the setup. So glad you guys are able to watch this video.